Hello, I'm Lucas Wei. My college ID is 5022996. The topic here is COVID-19. This task is focused in analyzing different aspects of COVID-19 from big news publishers like CNN on YouTube using the Google API library for Python, using different resources for a better understanding and analysis. I will show you how I cleaned and prepared the data for better analysis. Um, as I explained in the distinction task of data science, um, this is basically the same. They collect IPYMB. So I will go through very fast. Um, this is the part where we are importing all the necessary libraries. Uh, then we got some parameters to extract only the necessary videos from YouTube. Here, the credentials, we'll be saving the videos, the comments. I will extract only from 2020 to 2023. Then these are the keywords which the Google API will be processing through it to extract only the videos related to this topic. These are the 4 channels we are extracting from. Yeah, and that's basically this part. Then we got function to load the credentials. This function will be taking the videos and return the channel name and ID. Then this function will be fetching videos and taking all the necessary information such as likes, views, video titles, and other stuff, for the database. The database, the data frame. Sorry. Then this will be taking the comments. They will be taking the comments, the replies. As I explained, the maximum of replies will be 20 as default, but you can set it to a maximum of 100. Then here we got the data cleaning. So the data will be clean because there's a lot of redundancy punctuation digits. We want to convert it all to lowercase. There's maybe some duplicate commentaries or not English commentaries that we doesn't have, so we're going to take that out. Then we got all the execution of all the functions here. Loading the credentials, getting the specific channel videos and comments from the videos feature, finally cleaning the final videos and comments data frames here. The point I worked on is about analyzing the monthly distribution of sentiments for each channel, videos, and comments. Here I have 2 sentiment analysis functions where get sentiment score is going to return the polarity score of the given text. Get sentiment will return positive, neutral, or negative. These 2 functions works by taking words from a big database basically, with polarity classified words, and comparing them to the text being analyzed, for example, the video title or a random comment, and then returning a result based on the database, on the data frame took the word from. Yeah, in this point, I will be only using gut sentiments to get directly the sentiment in a word instead of in a score from -1 to 1. Okay, the first thing I will be doing is upload sentiment function to extract the sentiment from titles and comments. You can see that I got this bar that I applied to the title and the comments, and then since I want to analyze from 2020 of January to 2021 of January, I will apply a limit by filtering between January 2020 and January 2021. We can see the filtered data frame. I'll be taking just from 2020 of January to 2021 of January. Let's continue. For a correct analysis, I will be analyzing by months. So here I'm taking the month published and converting the date to the month date. So it will be the year plus the month instead of the specific day or whatever. Then before I start the for loop to create the subplots to see the sentiments graphically, I will extract the unique channels. Setting the subplots as I want. There you go. We got the for loop here. We'll loop through the channels, and this main loop will be looping through all the channels. I'm taking the current channel as the channel data frame, and then yeah, I'll be grouping by month and sentiment, and then count how many of each sentiment there is in this channel using size. Uh, then for the better plotting, a very important part is to set the null values to 0. Yeah, we can see the result of the sentiment distribution here for each. I use this to better understanding for myself, so I can do some comments, some observations later, more specific, more, yeah, more precisely. Then let me go through this. This is basically here I'm plotting the sentiment distribution using bar plot, with the sentiments by month stacked on a pretty beautiful color tone that I was searching for. You can see the custom color. I took these two parameters uh, of colors, and these are based on fall colors. In my opinion, they are pretty beautiful to see. It is pretty important to be comfortable reading the graphs. Here we got the title set. Nothing pretty surprised. We can see that the X label and the Y label will be set to the month name, and Y level to count of sentiments. The font size to 12. Then we got the the tick of the X-axis to 45. So the labels on the X-axis will be rotated 45 degrees. Then I got Y-axis grids here. So we got horizontal grid lines. It is easier to read the graph. I'll show you here. This is the final result. As I said, the first thing we can see is that the colors are beautiful, in my opinion. They are like fall colors. We can see here positive as green and negative as red. So I will go through some observations. For example, my first observation will be about some patterns we can see in each of these channels. For example, there is a big spike in March 2020, with the majority of the videos classified as neutral and positive for Fox News. From here on, there's a big drop after April of 2020. Yeah, this may be because they are not posting a lot of videos about the topic. Yeah, we can see that in March, the most dominant sentiment will be neutral one, then the positive, and finally the negative sentiments are the lesser ones. Let's go through BBC News. At first glance, we can see that the distribution is more balanced, more equal between the months. We can see some peaks in neutral and positive sentiments. For example, March and April, we got all neutral sentiments. The first half of the 2020, we got a lot of positive sentiments. That's probably because, yeah, the people like the videos, liked what BBC News said. But from there on, the second half and the beginning of 2021, it seems that the videos are not very welcomed. We can see that in September and December is all red, is all negative. CNN shows a pretty balanced distribution, not as balanced compared to BBC News, but pretty balanced. Yeah. Let me see. There's a pretty balanced also opinions between neutral and positive sentiments through the months, especially in the first half. We can see here, and then negative sentiments start to appear later. But in general, they are less dominant compared to the neutral and the positive ones. Here we can see a big drop from August. That may because they are not posting videos. Yeah, basically that. Let me go through MSNBC. There's a big concentration of activity at March and April of 2020. These are two big spikes, while both negative and neutral sentiments are notable. Positive sentiments is also present, but not as frequent as negative ones, which is present in March, April, June, July, and November. Also, we can see that there may be not some months here because directly didn't posted any video in that month, so we doesn't have any data to from where we can analyze from. Let me go through the second observations that is about the hike activity in the early 2020s, especially from March to May. So we can see that from March to May, we can see a higher number of opinions of sentiments per video that is directly related to because the channels are posting more videos about this topic, about COVID-19. Of course, this is because in the early stages of COVID-19, this was a pretty dominant topic in the war. Yeah, how to forget how we were all talking about COVID-19 in those early 2020s. Let me go through one of my difficulties I had about this task. It was about creating the colors for the graph, this graph here. So I needed to go through some documentation and search if I can change the colors. And yeah, there are plenty of examples and some default colors we can use. But those colors are not good. Basically, I think this as a future professional, I wanted to do it in the best way I can, in the way as I am doing it for a client. So I selected this false station gamma of colors to plot it. So this way it's comfortable for the user to see it. And also the colors are green for positive and red for negative, being colors of common sense when we talk about something positive or negative. The same as neutral. It is a little bit yellow, gray with in color that represents a neutral sentiment. Also, it wasn't a big difficulty, but understanding how the sentiments were extracted or processed from the titles was a little bit a big thing for me at the beginning, because yeah, it's a new stuff for me to learn at. Yeah, because I was thinking how to program, how a code can detect sentiments based on text. How, like, yeah. But after I watched the video given here of YouTube, I basically understood everything. I understood how the natural sentiment processing works in order to return us a number of words classifying the sentiment. And that's all for my presentation of this task. Thank you for watching. See you later.